Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. I am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zelius.
Yeah, it's good to be back, yo. Unfortunately, I haven't been very prolific the last 2 or 3 weeks because, well, between Christmas break, vacations, and all the other Christmas hoopla, things have been a bit
busy.
Busy. That's the good word. Good, simple American classic word for us.
Indeed.
It's busy, yeah. So, how has Charlie been?
Busy.
Busy!
Busy!
Busy is the theme of the night!
Woo. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to draw your attention to a humongous event that is occurring starting tomorrow, which, of course, will be, what's today's date?
The 7th or 8th.
Hold on. Today is the 8th. So, starting the 9th, going to the 9, 10, 11, is, of course, the Smite World Championship. It will start the first... the doors will open. Okay, for blah, blah, blah.
No.
Okay, let's
redo.
Okay, Smite World Championship is happening in Atlanta. It's going to be at the Cobb Energy Center.
That's really Marietta, which is not Atlanta. I'm just saying.
Atlanta.
That's what my brother would say.
Whatever.
Because it's OTP, man. It's OTP. Get with it.
Okay, for those of you who are not familiar with the vernacular, OTP is outside the perimeter. The perimeter, of course, is 285, which is a wonderfully complex road that goes in a huge-ass circle, which is a perimeter.
And I drove around it about 3 months ago. It's glorious.
Yeah.
The entire thing.
Okay, anyway, so it's going to have... everything's going down at the Cobb Energy Center. Doors will open at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Since there are individuals out there like myself and Zelius who have to work, we will not be there.
Damn, not working man!
I know. So we will miss some of the first matches. It will basically run from 10 to about 10. Now, of course, with any MOBA, there is a variation of timing. Mm-hmm. Depends on how heated the battles are. I think they play, if memory serves me correctly, they play best of 3.
Okay.
So whoever, first 1 to 2 wins, and then they advance. The names of the teams are Cog Red and DID, SK Gaming, We Love Bacon, Titan, OMG, Cog Prime, Name Not Found. Here we go. So, for those of you who want to cheer for the American teams, that would, of course, be Cognitive Red and Cognitive Prime. European teams are Titan and SK Gaming. China is Oh My God and DID. And Latin America and Brazil is Name Not Found and We Love Bacon.
Sure!
So Zelius has never been to one of these events. I, of course, went to the launch event, and I have to say I was very skeptical of the actual event until I actually went.
Have you played Smite before you went to the event? I
did.
Okay.
I did, just so that I could kind of, I understood what they were doing.
I feel like I probably played a grand total of about an hour and a half to 2 hours of Smite in the last 2 days. Mm-hmm. Just to be like, I wonder how you play this game. Now, I played LoL for many more hours than that. Not a whole lot of hours, especially compared to some players. Mm-hmm. So I have some MOBA experience. My thing is I get, obviously, the whole lanes and jungles and, how they do stuff. I get that, but I'm not going to have a damn clue what any of the gods or goddesses in the game do.
But I'm going to tell you this right now. You're going to come out of this tournament, and you'll be like, oh, shit. I need to learn how to play this one because it looks so badass.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, so it's, all this craziness is over $2 million worth of prizes.
Not too shabby.
Good luck to all the teams out there, even if you're not from the U.S. It does sadden me that the 2 top teams from the launch tournament are not in the World Tournament.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It is. It is greatly unfortunate. But... on a slightly different but same note, Smite, if you may recall, Smite is making the jump to the Xbox One sometime this year, 2015. The closed beta sign-up is now up, so if you want to, you just go over to Smite, I think it's smitegame.com, and you can sign up there. Or, of course, you could go through Ultra Confusion, and we've got a link there for you to click on and register.
So how do you feel about a MOBA on any game console, be it the Xbox or the PlayStation or even the Wii?
I'll be very interested to see what Smite feels like on the console. I'm just going to grab an Ouya controller. Okay, this is not the Xbox One controller, but I think Smite has a very good chance of translating easily over. So the one thing that I'll be curious about is the leveling up of the skills, because I can understand all these skills are going to be right here, and what's going to be your attack?
Triggers.
Right, but if you take the triggers out, then you can't level up all 4 of your skills. The D-pad. Interesting. Well, hopefully...
you could do a D-pad, or you could do like a hold left trigger to level up at the same time, or some kind of combination.
Yep, okay.
I'll be more interested, actually, I think for me, is seeing actually not the level up process, but the buying of items process.
Yes.
I think that could be the more cumbersome part because, especially if you go back to base without having died, the quicker you get out of combat or to combat, obviously the better.
Yeah.
So how's that speed element of trying to move the cursor around? You're clicking against small little icons, which is relatively easy with the mouse, but we all know with the joystick isn't very.
I think it's going to have to be a selection box.
Yeah. So I think I'll be most interested to see how they deal with the item upgrades more so than anything else.
I feel like, and I could be totally wrong, but I feel like there was a way to kind of preset the items that you wanted to purchase.
There is, yeah, and I just started playing 2 days ago, and that was clearly in the tutorial where yes, you can create pre-made, upgrade paths for your gods or goddesses. So there is a way of doing that, and that would obviously make a lot of sense, especially for the 360 or any console, to be able to have a pre-done kind of upgrade path for your items. So you're not spending time in your home base taking care of that, and especially for the upper level players, I think will definitely be kind of a requirement, so to speak, to have that ready at their disposal.
Right.
But from a gameplay standpoint, I think of the MOBAs that I played, I think Smite does make the most sense. It does seem to kind of orient itself most towards that kind of gamepad type of design. It actually reminds me a lot of the gameplay, actually, Vindictus. You're in that first person, kind of action RPG type of style combat. And I know on the PC at least, Vindictus sucks with the keyboard and mouse. Is much better on the joystick or keypad controller. Thank you. Whereas with the much more simplistic controls, with a MOBA like Smite works just fine. The keyboard and mouse, I could definitely see that working on a controller also. So I think it's a game that would definitely work on the controller.
I'll be very interested to see it. I think that this is definitely a MOBA that could absolutely make the transition over to console. I think it just all really depends on how well the transition goes. I think that there's definitely, this is probably the easiest one to do, and if they do it right, it will be phenomenal. Now, of course, I would be going in immediately with the understanding that you're not going to have cross-platform.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
I just don't see. I would see. It's not a matter of Twitch skills. It's a matter of going through the inventory and upgrading your stuff, and I don't know how that would work.
There's definitely differences in the style of gameplay. Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, anyways, Smite World Championship starts tomorrow.
Yeah!
Goes all the way through the weekend.
Let's do it.
So Zelius and I will definitely be doing a part of that. Now, of course, for those of you who have to come from out of town or perhaps are not able to attend on Friday, it will start back up at 10 a.m. on Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. Now, of course, the premium tickets, I think it was Platinum and Gold, those, of course, are all gone, but they still have general admission tickets available. So
that's what I got.
head over to, I think it's Eventbrite that's got it. Just buy the tickets from there, and you can. I don't know if they're selling them at the door or not, but we shall see.
I got to buy tickets. I should probably print those out.
Yes, I need to print mine out too. Okay, so let's go into a little bit of different news.
More video games.
Yes, more video games, but something slightly different than Smite.
Whoa!
Okay, so for some of you out there, you probably don't recognize the name Paul Hellquist. He is actually...
Who the hell's that?
He is the creative director for Borderlands 2 and the lead designer for BioShock.
Okay.
So he definitely has some big titles underneath him. He has now joined forces with a company called Robot Entertainment. Now, for some of you out there, you may never have heard of Robot Entertainment, or perhaps you know of their games but not of the company. They're the company behind Hero Academy, All the Orcs Must Die, and Echo Prime, to name a few.
Definitely know Orcs Must Die.
Paul will be coming on to help out with the Orcs Must Die MOBA called Orcs Must Die Unchained. Of course, it's coming out on the PC, and it's also coming out on the PlayStation 4. So that should be interesting.
Maybe say, so you'll get a MOBA potentially coming out on both the 360 or the Xbox One and the PS4. So each will kind of have to get their own MOBA to kind of be like, how's it going?
Yep. So that should be really interesting. I don't know if it's actually refreshing, or maybe it's just a change of the times where you see some of these bigger names go into smaller studios, maybe trying to get back to their roots.
And maybe a little bit more creative freedom.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, you kind of get an EA or BioWare. I mean, they still put out, they can still put out the gems. But, between the number of personnel you probably have to deal with, because there's such a bureaucracy.
And I also think that when you're at a bigger company like that, which is, okay, so it's interesting. I think the bigger the company, the less likely you are to work on an original IP. I think the bigger the company, they want to stay alive.
But to be fair, is Orcs Must Die Legacy original IP?
Right. I mean, this is going to be the third entry into the Orcs Must Die franchise. The first one is going to be a MOBA. The other two were kind of like a tower defense.
Yeah. Action tower defense.
Yeah. So
RPG tower defense.
So congratulations to both Paul and Robot Entertainment for coming together and making something potentially awesome.
Yeah.
Now, because we are in Atlanta, I do want to give some quick notes real quick. If you want to be part of the Georgia Game Developers Association, or you want to find out about local developers, you need to definitely check out, of course, the Georgia Game Developers Association website, ggda.org. But their first event of the year is going to happen next Tuesday. That's January 13th. It's going to happen at SCAD down in downtown. This one's kind of it's kind of more of a lead up to a bigger event. The big event, of course, is the Global Game Jam. That's where groups of designers and artists and musicians, they all come together, and they have 48 hours straight to create
it's a lot of Mountain Dew.
A game, and then present it, and then of course there's an award ceremony. You can win money, all that stuff. And of course you can try to parlay that into trying to go commercial with the game if it's that good. So I've been to one of these kind of like meetups before the Global Game Jam, and I have to say that there's always teams looking for individuals. So if you don't have a team right now, still come out, because there's people who will be looking for an extra artist or an extra programmer or an extra musician. Do you need
actual expertise in a field to join one of these teams?
No.
So you'll be just like some dude who's like, dude, I like video games, but I don't have any programming experience. I can't draw worth shit. I'm tone deaf, so I don't play any instruments, but I like video games.
Yes. Now, of course, there is one caveat. It's not free. You're going to have to pay money to be part of a team.
Ooh, that is a big catch.
It's like $25.
Oh.
No, it's $40 or $25.
Okay, that's not too bad.
So yeah, it's not too bad.
Do you get fed?
For the $40, you get 6 hot meals. For $25, you get 4 hot meals or free if you don't want any meals whatsoever. So you could technically.
That's
go for free.
hardcore, man. 48 hours, no food, no Mountain Dew.
You could just bring your own stuff.
Wow. I was thinking you're like in a cage, like a
No.
cell cage.
No, you're gonna be at SCAD. You're gonna be at a college.
That's it's probably been about a decade since I've heard that term.
What?
SCAD.
I hear it every single month.
It's not something I hear very often in Minnesota.
Well, of course not. Okay.
If I said SCAD, people would be like, "Do you have a scab?"
No. Okay. All right. There is some exciting news that I have shared online, and of course, we're going to share it with you right now. And that, of course, is that Zelis and myself are going to be at Canuga.
Sweet! I'm going to Canuga!
At the end of February. That's going to be February 27th, 28th, and March the 1st.
What am I doing at Canuga?
We're giving two panels.
I'm giving 2 panels to Canuga.
And potentially, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a fan table, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We do have a room, though.
I'll try not to black out, because I've done that before.
We have a room, so...
While giving a talk in front of people.
Okay. Well,
depends how much I drink. I might bring
you
a
don't
flask.
drink... Oh, my God. Okay, anyways. Well, you won't be drinking...
You've never seen me talk in front of people.
Okay, well, yeah, that's true. I've never seen you talk in front of people. So it should be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. The first time ever. See if Zelius is actually conscious for either of the panels.
It's a terrible idea, man. It's a terrible idea.
It's either... Okay, so Saturday, which is, of course, February 28th, at 5 p.m., it's going to be the destruction of the game industry as we know it. And then, of course, on Sunday at noon, it's going to be so you completed your indie game and you think you're done.
Is that March 1st?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if it's a leap year or not. I don't even know what year we're in. Okay.
No, we are in a leap year.
It's 2015. We can't be in a leap year.
There's a 28th this...
Yeah, there's normally 28 days in February.
No, there's usually 27.
No!
Yes.
You're full of shit.
No, I'm not.
You're just screwing up my mind.
No!
Now. Do the Googleplex!
While he looks up stuff, let's see here if there's any other information I could gift to you, the amazing people. Okay, so while Zeus is looking it up, I'm going to tell you that I've been playing a bunch of games. One of them, the last one is...
The month has 28 days of common years and 29 days of leap years.
Yeah, but I'm going to look it up.
I can't beat your ass in trivia cracks if you beat my mind, but we're talking in real life, I can beat you.
Yeah, but it still made you question yourself.
No, I didn't. I just had to prove it to you.
No. Okay, anyways. So I just finished... Well, actually, okay, so ton of games played since the new year. I've got Professor Layton, Mystery of the Azran.
I can't read what's in the parentheses there.
Shh. You don't need...
I see...
It's Azran, okay?
Kazra...
It's... Oh, my God.
Kazra?
Oh, no, it's not!
Kazra? Wait, exponent. There's an exponent.
A-Z-R-A-N.
That's an exponent, man. That's not an N.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, anyways, I played the latest Professor Layton. I've also played a game called Amorpha. I also played a game called Vanishing of Ethan Carter in one sitting.
How long was the game?
4.5 hours.
Okay, it's less than 5, so that's fine.
At least I think it was 4.5 hours. I can't remember.
Could have been 7.5 for all you know.
No. It definitely was a 7.5 because it had to be after dinner, and I ended up just after midnight.
Okay.
So that puts in the 4.5, 5 hour range.
Fair enough.
Yes. Okay, so since it is the new year, let's get down to a couple little things about Alter Confusion. We're going to do that. We're definitely doing conventions. We've been applying to a bunch of conventions. We have, of course, we're going to Canuga. We've got all of our stuff in for Momo
Con.
I don't know anything about EndoCon. I don't know if EndoCon's going to be around this year. If it is, then we'll be there. If not, then oh no.
So right now, is Canuga the only one that we know, like for sure, 100% positive we're going to?
No.
Is there another conference?
Yes.
Which one's that?
We're going to MonsterCon. I just don't have. I mean, the dates are online. You can look it up. But we are. MonsterCon has extended an invitation to Alter Confusion 2 straight years. So it's not a question of are we going? It's just when are we going to show up and when our panels are going to be.
Where is MonsterCon located?
Greenville, South Carolina.
Interesting.
on the Furman campus.
Never been.
Well, it's the first time for everything.
Indeed.
All right, so we've got a couple conventions. We're aiming for 5. I don't know if we'll be able to present at all 5.
Can we get hotels that have allow pets?
No.
Damn it.
We have to go cheap unless you want to pay for it.
No. Okay.
Okay, so anyways, we're going to Canuga, MomoCon, EndoCon if it happens. That'll be in Atlanta.
Yeah.
MonsterCon, which is in Greenville. We're definitely going, just a matter of when we'll be going. And then Siege.
Oh, yes.
Now, of course, we will always apply to Dragon Con, but we won't know. We'll probably know if we get it if we get a panel. We will not know about a fan table until 3 days prior.
Damn.
So this year, I'm going to keep a much closer eye on Zelius and Jesse, depending on where their schedules are, and tell them, and hopefully neither of them are going to have plans for that weekend. Because last time, and not this past year, but the year before, we had a table. I found out 3 days prior, and I already told Jesse to go on vacation, so I sat at the table every single day without a break.
Those are some long days, yo.
Yes, it is. Okay, so I have some good news and some bad news about Ultra Confusion. Zelius is hearing this for the first time.
Oh. News to me, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so here's the deal. Ultra Confusion is my baby. It is my everything. I love writing up stories when I can. I love playing as many games and trying to get indie developers as much attention as possible. But I've run into a small little issue. And it kind of revolves around finances. And that is, I am going to try to kick some serious ass and try to do as much as I can for Ultra Confusion. But Ultra Confusion is going to have to take second seat to me potentially trying to find a job in the very, very near future. And then brushing up on probably some of the skills that I probably should have kept going, that being programming. So so you're probably going to see, what you're going to see from me is probably something slightly different. Game reviews, some news. I just don't know. I don't know if I can do the intensity that I of course tried to set myself up for at the beginning of the year. I am gung ho about Ultra Confusion, but the fact of the matter is, I do this pro bono. The only thing that we get is the review codes. There is no money exchange. We don't have any sponsorships, so Ultra Confusion is literally run out of my wallet. And in order for Ultra Confusion to survive, I'm currently a contract worker, and if my contract expires, I need some other place to go so I can keep Ultra Confusion alive. So you're probably not going to see as much of me as I want, but rest assured that I am going to try to do as much as I can with Ultra Confusion.
Money is important, Joe. You know, obviously we try to revolve our life around money, but as my dad would say, money don't suck.
It doesn't, and it allows for many, many things.
You know, we try to live up, but it sure makes life a hell of a lot easier when we have money.
Mm-hmm.
That's just flat out reality.
So, anyways, yeah. So I'm going to be around. Definitely, if you, the listeners, the audience, whatever, you want to get in contact with us, hit us up on ultraconfusion.com.
So here's the burning question.
Yes.
Will the Thursday night podcast continue?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, absolutely.
Because that's how I get fed on Thursday nights, and that's where I get my beer supply from. That's
Absolutely.
what matters, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Right there.
That will continue. Thursday night hangouts will definitely continue.
Excellent.
A lot of the side projects that I do that no one knows about, because I don't want them to, I don't want to add any additional pressure to me, are going to have to go bye-bye. That, of course, well, I already killed the random short story theater because it was terrible. I mean, absolutely 100%.
You did that for about 2 to 3 weeks.
I think I did 3 or 4 stories. That was it. It's really, really bad. I might bring it back, but I will have written the story beforehand instead of trying to come up with the shit on top of it.
You know what I think would help out a lot with random short stories? Drinking a lot.
No.
No, not so much?
No, because then potentially I could say stuff that I'm not supposed to say, and that could get me in serious trouble with different people.
That's actually a very valid point. Good call, you. That's way to be mature.
Thank you.
And why am I waving around?
I don't know. But just for a change of pace and something a little bit happier.
Yay! I
did get a package today, and I do want to show
gifts.
To show off what I got. Unfortunately, it is not the next indie box. I think the next indie box is coming in a week or two. Of course, the past indie boxes have been Brutal Legend, Rogue Legacy, Steam World Dig, and I swear to God, there was another one. Maybe not. Maybe it's only 3. Maybe it was Brutal Legend, Steam World Dig, and then Rogue Legacy.
I don't know.
Anyways, so just got this today. First of all, the movie based on the book by Joe Hill, Horns, which of course stars Daniel Radcliffe, a supernatural thriller driven by fantasy, mystery, and romance. Horns follows Ig, the #1 suspect for the murder of his girlfriend, Marin. Hungover from a night of hard drinking, Ig awakens one morning to find horns growing out of his head and soon realizes their power drives people to confess their sins and give into their most selfish and unspeakable impulses. An effective tool in his quest to discover what happened to his girlfriend and exact revenge on her killer.
Interesting.
Based on the best-selling novel by Joe Hill, which, of course, for those of you who may not know, Joe Hill is the son of the great Stephen King.
I thought you're going to say Jonas Hill.
No. God, no. Okay, next up,
I've never heard this.
we have Tusk.
Never heard that either.
Tusk, my friend, is a bizarre blend of loony, kidnap drama, and surreal Frankensteinism. It is from writer-director Kevin Smith comes this wickedly funny modern-day monster movie that will hold you in terror as it keeps you in stitches. A podcaster looking for a juicy story is plunged into a blood-curdling nightmare after he travels to the backwoods of Canada and meets an eccentric recluse with a lifetime of adventures and a disturbing fondness for walruses.
That's just... I don't know what to say about that.
And then finally, ladies and gentlemen...
Apparently it's Kevin Smith's very best work.
And, ladies and gentlemen, of course, finally, the most important one out of all 3.
Oh my gosh. It's a classic.
I have finally found it, ladies and gentlemen, on Blu-ray, and that, of course, is Akira.
The classic.
Which, of course, is still in talks of becoming a live-action movie.
Why?
Because it's a classic. It's just like Ghost in the Shell. It's going to be a live-action movie.
But some things are anime. They're just meant to be anime.
Okay, so here's a fun thing, and thank God for this. But Kaneda, who's the main character in Akira, was at one time rumored to be played by Vampire Boy himself, Robert. What's his face?
Patterson.
I thought Jesus, that disappointed.
Well, it's either that. It could be worse. It could be Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Either one would be
Either would have been terrible. Okay, and then of course
something that Fox would do.
Ghost in the Shell, the lead character, is going to be played by Scarlett Johansson.
That's what I heard too.
Which I don't know if I like or not. I don't know the actress's name, but I kind of wish it was the girl from Pacific Rim.
I don't know. I don't know if I've seen Pacific Rim, to be honest.
Terrible. Have you seen 47 Ronin?
Yes, I have.
The witch.
I don't remember that.
She had 2 different colored eyes.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Okay, well. Anyways, I thought that she was...
Of course, a long time for me is a month.
Well, there you go. I think we've reached the 30-minute mark. I apologize that we didn't have any more stuff to talk about.
The witch in 47 Ronin, she was somebody else in a different movie, too.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I know who she is, actually. Dang it. I can't remember who she is now. Actually, I know who you're talking about.
But she...
Yeah, actually, I do know who you mean now.
Okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the 30-minute mark, so we're going to close this up real quick. But I want to thank you for tuning into the Altered Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. If you have any suggestions about games or news or events that we may have missed out on, because I'm going to be honest, No offense to Zelius, but about 90% of what goes on Ultra Confusion is me. And I have to do, and I usually do all the legwork to discover this stuff. So if we're missing something, some amazing game that we need to talk about, please make us aware of it. We want you to talk to us, and we would love to talk to you. So yeah, I think with that being said, keep with us. We'll see you at Kanuga or MonsterCon or Siege or MomoCon or some other convention. Of course, if you have a convention that you would like to see us at, definitely hit us up. I know that last year there was an anime convention that wanted us to go out there. We won't be able to make that one because of scheduling conflicts. That, of course, is AkiCon, which is in Nashville, Tennessee. So I'm sorry, AkiCon.
No.
But anyways, thank you for tuning in to the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zelius, it's been a pleasure to give you all the information that basically came off the website. And then some of the randomness that came out of my my package that came in the mail today. And, of course, random thoughts.
Indeed.
So, thank you.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.